My name is Susan Johnson. My husband and I have been married for 25 years. Unfortunately, we couldn't have children. My husband seems to like kids, and when he meets our relatives' children, he plays with them without considering my feelings. When he comes home, he often complains, "I wish I could have been a father. I wanted to be a mother too." But I've come to accept that it's something we can't change. I kept telling myself that, because I love my husband and cherish our life together. But one day, he handed me divorce papers and said, "We're getting a divorce. Don't you dare argue about the terms." "What do you mean?" The young woman laughing beside my husband was obviously more than just an acquaintance, but I didn't want to believe she was his mistress. "Don't you get it, old lady?" she said mockingly. "Yes, she is like that. She's a lot different than you." "Poor old lady, I'll tell you. I'm Thomas's girlfriend." "What? Girlfriend?" "Yes, that's right. I'm divorcing you to marry Madison. After 25 years together? It can't be helped. For the divorce, you can have the house. But don't ask for money. That's it. How can you just bring your lover and demand a divorce?" "Well, you might feel that way. But my heart belongs to Madison now. Forget about me." "I don't really get it. How can you suddenly say this and expect me to understand?" "What a pathetic woman. What choice do you have? If a woman like you gets divorced, what are you supposed to do? I know life's going to be tough. At least tell me why this happened." "Shut up. It's none of your business." "Oh, Thomas, why don't you tell her? It'll make her feel worse." "No, I don't need to tell her anything." "I'll tell her," she said triumphantly. "We met at a bar. Thomas was drinking alone, and I sat next to him. We hit it off and ended up at a hotel the same day." "The same day?" "Yes, amazing, right?" I was astonished. To go to a hotel with a man she just met showed a very liberated lifestyle, and she seemed fearless. Also, she appeared to be a fearless person, seemingly unafraid of anything. "We kept going to hotels to confirm our love for each other." "Is that really love?" It seemed more like a physical relationship than pure love. It's hard to believe that there is pure love in such a situation. "He just amazing. You couldn't forget me, could you?" "Yes, that's right, Madison." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. My husband Thomas, despite being 52 years old, seems to be in a deep romance with a woman around 30. Can he really believe such a young woman is genuinely in love with a man in his 50s? It's not just unbelievable, but the foolishness of my husband almost made me laugh. But I couldn't laugh in this situation. Desperately holding back my laughter, I continued to listen to the woman's story. "I never thought I'd meet someone as wonderful as Thomas, so I'm incredibly happy. You must feel sorry, losing such a wonderful man like Thomas to me." "Wonderful?" "Yes, he's kind and considerate, and he's also wealthy." "Kind? Wealthy?" "Yes. He buys me anything I want." "That wouldn't be possible if he didn't have money." "We both manage our own earnings. She works too. We keep our finances separate, so she doesn't know how much I earn." "Oh, poor you. You are a division manager, so you must be quite wealthy, right?" "Yes, I've never had to worry about money." "In comparison, even though you work, your earnings are just a woman's salary. Without Thomas, you wouldn't be able to survive, right? I wonder about that. And I heard you couldn't have children. It's too sad. To be married and not able to have children, how pitiful." "Is that so?" "Yes, that's why when I marry him, I'll give him children right away, right? Thomas?" "Yes, our children will surely be adorable. Maybe not having kids till now was because I was meant to meet you." "Yes, definitely." "How happy you two seem." At that, she pulled out her smartphone and showed me her Instagram. When I looked, I saw that the two were uploading an image of them getting along. "How about our passionate love? You wouldn't believe how lovey-dovey we are. Thomas doesn't look his age at all, does he?" He did look younger. But his youthfulness seemed forced. As if he was trying too hard to match her. "It's good that you're happy. You two seem so content, there's no need for me to say anything. I wish you the best." I then picked up a pen and signed the divorce papers. Sometime after the divorce, I checked Madison's Instagram. Then they were uploaded there, happily showing off their wedding rings, saying that they had joined the family. He still seemed to be trying hard to look younger, while she appeared carefree and true to herself. Wow. They really did get married. Seeing the two of them like that, I smirked to myself and decided to wait for her outside the company where she worked. As dusk fell, she came out of a building, admiring the ring on her finger. Hi. What? I'm Susan, Thomas's ex-wife. Have you forgotten? No, I haven't forgotten you, old lady. But why are you here? Are you stalking? Upset because he left you for me? Not really. I wanted to congratulate you on your marriage, so I waited here. How did you know where I work? Are you really stalking me? I saw it on your Instagram. Your company's name was in the background of one of your pictures. You should be more careful. Oh, right. I didn't really care. Well, anyway, I have a wedding gift for you. I hope you like it, and I hope it brings sweetness to your life. You're really weird, you know. To give me a gift after I took your husband. I would never do that. Would you like to have a cup of tea with me? It's my treat. Fine, but if you start a fight, I won't stay quiet. I wouldn't do that. I'm an adult. Relax. We entered a nearby cafe and ordered coffee. The woman seemed to think I might do something out of jealousy. But of course, I had no such intentions. You're really strange, you know. Giving a celebration gift and wanting to have tea with a woman who took your husband. Do you think so? I genuinely wanted to celebrate your marriage. And I wanted to thank you for taking my husband. What? Thanking me for taking away such a wonderful man, why would you want to do that? It makes no sense. Wonderful, him? That's a funny story. What? What do you mean? I'm curious, what do you find so wonderful about him? She looked a bit annoyed but, as before, started talking with a victorious smile. He buys me anything I want. He's really wealthy. Buys you anything? How long have you been together? A month since your marriage. Yes, it feels like we're newlyweds. Maybe for another 2 months. What do you mean? He has a policy of not feeding the fish once he's caught it. What's that supposed to mean? He's nice at first, buys you everything, making you believe you're loved. But once he's married and has you, he changes. And it usually takes about 3 months for that change. By then, you'll realize that everything up to now was just a dream. That can't be true. It might have been that way with you, but I'm different. You were barren, so he thought he got a defective product. Defective product? Yes. He wanted kids, and you couldn't give him any. A woman who can't fulfill his desire is worthless. He's infertile, you know. Wait, what? No, that's a lie. When we did fertility tests, it was clear that he was the one who couldn't have kids. That's a lie. When we did the fertility tests, it became clear that he was the one who couldn't have children. You gotta be joking. He said he could have kids, but it was his wife who couldn't. Well, he doesn't know. Why not? How do you think a weak man like him would react if he was told he was the infertile one? He'd be devastated. That's not true. You're just saying that because you're bitter he left you for me. I showed her the old test results that he didn't know about. There are facts written there that he does not know. No way, infertile? That can't be true. That's right. So, no matter how much you or he wish for it, it won't happen. Well, that's okay. Raising children at over 50 would be hard anyway. It's not a big deal for me. But you know, since he's a division manager and wealthy, we'll live a happy life. That's a problem too. What problem? Did he tell you he's a division manager? Yes, he's a division manager, so he earns a lot. You're not saying that's a lie too? Yes, that's right. He's just a regular employee. No way. I can't believe this. Then how can he spend so freely? He buys me anything I want. That's because of my high income. What do you mean? He said when we got married that he wanted to spend his own money. Since I earned a lot, we didn't have to rely on his income. So, we agreed that we would both contribute to living expenses and use our own money freely. That can't be. Well, that's why he could buy you whatever you wanted. He doesn't know I'm high earning, probably thinks I'm living miserably now. I don't believe it. Why don't you believe me yet? If you really had a high income, why would you wear such cheap clothes? That's strange. I'm not interested in luxury stuff. I just value what I have. No matter how much you dress up, you can't change what's inside, right? And he's over 50. So what? That means his salary has been cut.
What?
At his company, if you're still a junior manager or below at 50, your salary gets cut. There's a retirement age of 60, and they only offer extensions to necessary staff at 50. But he didn't get the offer. The next chance for him to get an offer would be after he's 58, but he's not on the list for consideration.
What does that mean?
It means there's no chance he'll stay at the company. In 8 years, he'll be jobless.
No way! He's a division manager, he has to stay at the company. That's what he told me.
You can keep dreaming if you want. But it will hurt later.
He said he'd buy a house for us.
He tends to lie. You shouldn't take what he says too seriously.
Wait, you mean, is he a liar?
Well, just think of it as a sickness.
Then the house you got, what about that? He must have bought it.
I bought that house.
No way! So, everything he said was a lie.
That's right. Why do you know so much? How do you know he won't stay at the company or about the list? A regular employee wouldn't know that. You've touched on a good point. Actually, I'm the division manager. We're in different departments though. He's a regular employee, I'm the division manager. We're in different departments so he doesn't sulk. After all, he's a man with high pride.
No way, not a division manager. And jobless in 8 years.
That's right, it's tough. I'm set to stay at the company after retirement, but he'll be jobless once he's over 60. I won't have my salary cut, but his has already been reduced, so it's a difficult financial situation.
Then there's no way in hell I'll ever be a housewife.
Of course. He hates using his own money on his wife. He wouldn't allow you to spend freely without working.
It's terrible, everything was a lie.
But it's good, right? You married the man you love. To rush to a hotel on the day you met, you might not find someone so compatible again. I can't believe it's all a lie. It's too much. She was visibly shocked and in denial about what I had told her. I couldn't help but smile maliciously as I watched her reaction. In doing so, I felt like I had exacted my revenge, at least for the time being. But 3 months later, she contacted me again.
It was all just as you said.
Oh dear, what happened? I didn't have to ask what was wrong. Anyway, it seems like his true nature has finally come to light. About 3 months in, he stopped contributing to the household expenses. Oh. Isn't he contributing at least half? Since I don't work, he refuses to contribute anything. He doesn't want me to spend all of it.
Well, that must make life difficult. Exactly. I've been using my savings, but this month he didn't contribute at all. I'm completely out of money.
Don't be angry with me, okay?
He's so arrogant and treats me like a maid, even though he doesn't contribute to the household expenses.
But he's the man you chose, right? It's odd to complain after you willingly took someone else's husband.
I had no idea he was like this.
It's hard to tell from appearances, especially with people who put on a good front.
That's right. I never thought he'd be more like a con artist than an actual con artist. And when I asked if he really was a division manager,
she continued, venting her frustration. She recounted the entire ordeal without realizing how amusing it was for me.
Contribute to the expenses. You got your salary, didn't you? What? Are you contributing anything? I can't, I don't work.
Then you should work. Why should I contribute if you don't?
But you said I could be a housewife when we got married.
People change their minds.
You're not really a division manager, are you?
What?
You're just a regular employee.
Who told you such a thing?
Your ex-wife told me. You lied about being a division manager, you're just a regular employee. And when you retire, you can't stay at the company. Everything you said was a lie. What?
Apparently, because he felt cornered, Thomas hit Madison. I had also been hit by him before, and since I stopped arguing back, Thomas probably thought hitting Madison would make her listen. But she wasn't the type to take it quietly.
How dare you hit me, you infertile old man? What do you mean infertile? It's not your ex-wife who's infertile, it's you.
She retorted, showing him the test results. Enraged, he kept hitting her.
I can't believe he hits women.
Was he never violent with you before? No, he was always so kind. Yes, I didn't mention it last time, but he resorts to violence if something bothers him. He's weak like that. It's a domestic violence temperament.
Why didn't you tell me before? You could have warned me.
Why would I need to? You took him willingly. And you wouldn't have believed me anyway. Well, that's true. But you know, he does have good qualities. What good qualities? He's a violent old man. Well, he doesn't cheat, unless someone like you comes along. That's the worst. That means I can't leave him. Oh, why? You shouldn't have to worry about infidelity, right? That's true, but if he doesn't cheat, it means I can't leave him. That's right. If you even mention divorce, who knows what he might do? It's scary to even think about. That's why I stayed with him for 25 years.
So, he's obsessed with me?
Exactly. If you cheat and he finds out, it would be a disaster. He's pathologically jealous.
That's scary and disgusting.
That's why I said I was grateful to you. That gift I gave you when we had tea, it was a thank you for taking him. Makes sense. Thank you for taking him off my hands. Now I can live freely, not under his control.
But now I'm suffering because of it.
It's only been 3 months. You have a long road ahead. And when he retires, he'll probably be at home all the time. You'll have to work to support him.
No! Someone please take him away.
That's unlikely. Maybe you could pay someone to take him off your hands? Then you might be able to divorce him.
I don't have that kind of money. Please, lend me some. I'll use it to hire someone to get rid of him.
I don't know about that. You made your bed, now you have to lie in it. Such a pity.
No way. Help me.
It was clear she deeply regretted marrying him. But it was none of my concern. However, 2 weeks later, something unexpected happened. Thomas contacted me. Madison has disappeared. He said without even introducing himself. Has she gone to you? It's impossible that she would come here. After all, despite our conversations, we've always been enemies. But I'm curious about what happened. Did you two have a fight, being newlyweds and all? I disciplined her because she was too cheeky. Disciplined? Yes, like I did with you. I hit her. It worked with you, but she just kept defying me. Why can't she just be obedient? Madison and I are different. I was never truly submissive to you.
What do you mean?
Now that it's over, I can say this: I was only complying with you because of your violence. I never admired or respected you. Inside, I was laughing at how weak and foolish you were. I wanted a divorce but didn't dare say it for fear of being hit again. When you asked for a divorce, it was like an angel had arrived. So, that's how it was. But you didn't agree to the divorce immediately. I couldn't make it obvious that I was waiting for it. If you'd known, you might have changed your mind, ruining my chance. So I acted sad. But thank you for cheating.
What a person you are!
Did you just hit her? No, hitting her didn't work, so I tied her up for 3 days. No food, water, or bathroom. I thought she'd reflect on her behavior. But the next day after I released her, she was gone. It was inevitable that it would come to this. After being treated so terribly, anyone would think there's no next time. Better to run away with whatever money she has than to stay and shorten her lifespan with Thomas. You're sick, you know. What should I do now that she's gone? I don't know. That's your problem. Where are you living now? Why? I went to the old apartment, and you weren't there. I moved, obviously. You won't find me there. Why did you move? I knew this would happen. Madison would either become intolerable of your tyrannical attitude or try to escape your pathological control. I knew you'd try to come back to me, like now. But I want nothing to do with you. That's why I moved.
Tell me where you are.
Why would I? We're divorced, we're strangers now. I have no reason to tell you.
Damn it! If you hadn't told her the truth, she would still believe in me.
I just told her the truth because you lie so much.
It's your fault I'm unhappy now. If you hadn't interfered, she wouldn't have run away.
Is it that hard for you without her?
Hard? I just realized I no longer needed you. Your salary was lower than mine. You're just an over 50 office worker. When I retire, I would have to live off your salary, which means no more money for me. I thought it'd be more fun to be with a young woman. But now she's run off. Such a waste.
So that's what you thought. You're dumb.
What do you mean dumb? You never pay attention to the company's structure, do you? You should look at the personnel section of the organizational chart.
It's pointless, right?
Well, you might want to take a look at the organizational chart, specifically at the personnel department. See who the head of that department is.
It's a man who's the head of that, right?
Wrong. The head is me. What? Are you kidding me?
No, it's true.
I didn't tell you because I thought it would hurt your pride. I'm the head, so while your salary was cut by 20% at 50, mine wasn't. You won't get a reemployment offer after retirement, but I will stay on. That's the difference between you and me.
So you're saying if I had stayed with you, this wouldn't have happened?
You would have been able to live without any worries if you had stayed with me. But I hated being with you.
I can't believe this. If I had known you were the division manager, I wouldn't have been deceived by that woman. Oh, I'm truly grateful to her for getting caught in your trap. I don't even know how to express my thanks to her. Thank you for cheating. Your pathological lying was quite convenient. Poor Madison was completely deceived by you.
Damn it.
Well, that's how it is. Wait. Can't we start over? Oh, and if we meet at the company, don't come near me. We're in different departments, but if you try to approach me, I'll call the police.
Why would you do that?
Because I hate you.
Don't say that. Susan, please. Let's start over. I want to spend my old age with you. Please, Susan.
Thomas was incessantly repeating my name, but I didn't want to waste my valuable time on such a man. Serves you right, I said, and then hung up the phone. After losing Madison, Thomas was so shocked that he couldn't focus on his work and made constant mistakes. Thomas, who originally wasn't good at his job, continued to make such mistakes. His colleagues frowned upon him, seeing him as nothing more than a nuisance. His boss, observing this, decided to transfer him to a subsidiary company. But even there, he couldn't do his job properly, and he was seen as redundant. And when he heard people talking behind his back, his violent nature led him to make a scene. As a result, he was fired, and he disappeared from the subsidiary company as well. Having nowhere to go, Thomas contacted me again. Help me. Please, help me. Why would I help you? We're divorced.
I have nowhere to go. Don't be so heartless. I don't want to be with someone who can only control others through violence.
I firmly refused to help him, but Thomas threatened to force me back into a relationship with him. I underestimated him, thinking he wouldn't dare to come. If you think you can, then try. Surprisingly, he did show up and attacked me, but I swiftly overpowered him. Why am I losing? He muttered in disbelief, but during our marriage, I had been learning martial arts to eventually stand up to him. Leaving Thomas lying there, I called the police, and he was arrested for assault. Meanwhile, I gained my freedom by breaking up with him. And now I am enjoying my life, traveling and spending time on my hobbies.